Next, we examine the delivery of the Hammerfist punch. It's important to note the name Hammerfist punch comes from the physical characteristics of a hammer. The forearm of John, as it is positioned in this point in time, is similar to the handle of the hammer. The fist portion also simulates the head of the hammer. To understand this, we'll understand the delivery of the punch. John is basically using his hand like a hammer, delivering forward and slightly down to a target that is presented before him. This punch could be delivered to the chin, to the nose, or other face area or level of the opponent. John's shoulder goes in, his hip goes forward, and he's pushing off with the ball of his foot, all to generate power forward and in a downward motion, consistent with one striking with a hammer. Notice slowly that when the punch is presented, it's drawn back, and the palm part of the hand is presented forward, and on impact, there's a turning inward. This rotational force or torque is created to generate additional power on impact. From a forward view, the striking surface of John's hand is the meat part of his hand, which he will touch now. This is the area that he's hitting with. That area is analogous with the head of the hammer. From a passive position, you can see this strike delivered to another target area. For instance, if someone is low, this strike can be delivered in front of the body and downward. In this position, John is making essentially the same strike, but because the punch is being delivered downward, John is dropping his weight accordingly. The hand is raised, and the punch comes down strongly. It could be to the back of the head, or neck area, or even between the shoulder blade. From this view, we can examine another possibility in the delivery of the Hammerfist punch. If the threat is to the side, but beyond the distance that is appropriate for an elbow strike, John will employ the Hammerfist punch to cover distance quickly and deliver and reach the target that's at a further distance. John uses the hand swinging up and turning in. His weight is shifted toward the target. His hip and shoulder roll out to make power in this punch delivered to the side. He also lowers his head so that he is protected slowly behind the delivery of the punch, so that it would be more difficult for him to receive a blow from the opponent. This punch can also be delivered from a passive position and can be followed up with further attacks. Now we break down the delivery of the Hammerfist punch forward in its stages. John will be making the delivery of the punch in slow motion. As the hand's going forward, it's raised a bit so that the punch can go forward and down onto the target as the shoulder and hips turn into the punch. Now examining the Hammerfist punch downward for a low target. The delivery of this punch is down. The weight will be dropped down. The hand is presented over the target, and it starts to go towards the target with the palm down. Before actually making impact, the hand is rotated to hit with the meat part of the hand, the head of the hammer, so to speak, to deliver maximum power from the rotation that's included in this strike. John's weight drops sharply. The stages in this position will be the hand raised up slightly, and now the hand dropping on the target. In conjunction with the sending of the hand down, John drops his weight, and the hand the meat part of the hand passes through the target. The opposite hand is up and available for defensive or offensive purposes as needed. Another possibility from this position is to deliver a strike on a horizontal plane. John will be punching with his left hand. Of course, the hand is brought back quickly for further attacks if needed.